Dubai, the city of gold, glass, and endless lies, Mateo Reyes stepped off the private jet into the burning desert heat. 3 days had passed since the snowy standoff in Zurich. His grandmother was still alive, barely held as leverage. The original master ledger was now in Patricia Holloway's hands. But Mateo was no longer just fighting for paintings. He was coming to burn an empire to the ground. The final auction, the Reyes collection, would begin in less than 48 hours. The richest and most dangerous people in the world were flying in to buy pieces of his family's soul. This was not a rescue mission anymore. This was war. The Burj Al Arab glowed like a golden sail against the night sky. Mateo checked into a suite under a false name. Isabella and Elena arrived separately through different channels. They could not risk being seen together. In the luxurious penthouse, the three of them gathered around a large screen. The archivist had sent the auction guest list. It read like a who's who of the shadow world. Russian oligarchs, Chinese tech billionaires, Middle Eastern royals, and several faces connected to major museums who had quietly looked the other way for years. Elena pointed at one name. This man is Patricia's biggest buyer. If we can expose the stolen paintings during the live auction, her reputation will collapse in front of the entire dark art world. Isabella looked worried. Security will be insane. Facial recognition, private military, no weapons allowed. We walk in clean, or we don't walk in at all. Mateo stared at the glowing city outside the window. Then we don't walk in as guests. We become the nightmare inside the house. The next day was spent preparing. Isabella used her contacts to secure fake credentials as an art consultant. Elena would pose as a wealthy European buyer. Mateo would go in as a mysterious new collector, Victor Kane, a man supposedly looking to spend tens of millions. But the real plan was far more dangerous. They would hack the main auction system live and broadcast the true history of every painting, complete with proof of theft and Patricia's forged documents. If they succeeded, the auction would turn into chaos. If they failed, none of them would leave Dubai alive. That night, Mateo stood on the balcony overlooking the city. His phone rang. An unknown number. Patricia's voice came through, smooth and confident. "I know you're here, Mateo. I can feel you. Come to the auction. Watch me finish what I started. Or I can send you your grandmother's finger as a reminder." The line went dead. Mateo's grip tightened on the railing until his knuckles turned white. The night of the auction arrived. The venue was an ultra-exclusive private island off Dubai's coast. Helicopters and luxury yachts brought in the world's richest. Crystal chandeliers hung from the ceiling. Classical music played. Waiters served champagne worth thousands per bottle. Mateo, dressed in a perfectly tailored black tuxedo, walked into the hall. His heart pounded as he saw his grandmother's paintings displayed under dramatic lighting on massive digital screens. Patricia stood on the main stage like a queen, smiling gracefully as she welcomed the guests. She looked directly at Mateo across the room and gave a small, knowing nod. The auction began. The first painting, a rare landscape, sold for $28 million in under 2 minutes. Mateo felt sick. Isabella whispered through his hidden earpiece, "We're in the system. 30 seconds until we go live." Elena's voice came next. "Be ready. Security is everywhere." The moment came. As the fourth painting went up for bid, the giant screens suddenly glitched. The elegant auction feed was replaced by documents, photographs, and video evidence, proving every painting had been stolen from Mateo Reyes. Gasps rippled through the crowd. Patricia's calm face finally cracked. Her eyes found Mateo instantly, burning with pure hatred. Chaos erupted. Security rushed toward Mateo. Isabella triggered the second part of the plan. The lights went out. Screams filled the darkness. Gunshots rang out. Mateo ran through the panicked crowd, heading toward the backstage area where Patricia had disappeared. He found her in a private corridor, removing a USB drive from the main server. "Game over," Mateo said, pointing a stolen gun at her. Patricia turned slowly, no longer smiling. "You still don't understand. Even if you kill me tonight, the NFTs have already been sold. The money is gone. Your family's legacy is already fractured forever." She took one step closer. "But I'll make you a final offer. Walk away now, and your grandmother lives." Mateo's finger tightened on the trigger. In the darkness of Dubai's most exclusive night, blood was about to be spilled. Patricia Holloway stood before him, the woman who had destroyed his family. One bullet could end it all, but somewhere in Mexico City, his grandmother's life still hung in the balance. Mateo had to make the hardest choice of his life. The final reckoning had arrived.